Start. There you go. Okay. Priscilla's here. She had a treat before she got here. She's not fully psycho. She just knocked me down trying to get a handout. Treats all day long. 24 hours a day. Drug addict. I'm a drug pusher. So after was it Saturday morning's events, the weather was very bizarre. Like blocking out the sun type energy. Yeah, it was rough. That was a rough day, and it's and astral can block your connection to what's going on. Like not everyone obviously can see. If you can see everything in the future, more power to you on that. Jeez, everybody needs a psycho, right? Something that they're better off not seeing. So what happened, in South America, I just say it's easier to say Venezuela, or I can't pronounce it. Venezuela, I don't feel like trying to pronounce, I don't care. Trying to, the dollar, trying to save that, try to save the U.S., there's a lot of China energy there. But you would think there would be retaliation, because that was, where was the retaliation anyway? Where's the protections for it, or if they even cared? But that was kind of a big deal. It happened at the beginning of the year, so obviously we're on a new timeline. Obviously, because I wasn't there last year. But where does this go? Like, does nothing happen? I mean, it is kind of like the Iraq thing. I mean, they removed Saddam, and now they're occupying, they occupied Iraq. It's kind of the same thing. Not exactly, but there's some similarities. So, definitely not the same, because before there was like a war before it and all that. He was hiding in a ditch somewhere. So, but still, there's some similarities. Like I said, we got backlash from that. They're different, Well, we didn't have Dick Cheney, but now we don't have Dick Cheney, but still. It's just the beginning of a war coming in, possibly. Just to just put it out there. Is there a chance for World War III or something that's going to happen? You never know. So far, nothing ever happened. So, whatever happened to the Civil War, the new one, is economic civil war, I can say, because there's a lot of layoffs going on. But also, social media to vent. So, I'm not saying that. It's kind of like television help heal people and keep them from getting too crazy. Because back in the day, they didn't have television, so just get together and go something. But when life sucks, you just get home and find something a movie or something to, drown out your sorrows, right? Tell me about it. Especially when humanity is, pretty much sucks, as usual, right? When it's late to the party, as usual, what else you gonna do? Throw all your troubles in the sun, so, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, a physical war, it's not good. Of course, everything here sucks, so, but it's better than that, I don't know. So we just sit here and decay and slowly die. But you never know. We'll have to see what happens, obviously. And so you can't predict a world war. You can't predict, really. Of course, some might do that because some of them might have sold out astrally or something. Um, but yeah, it can be very strange what's coming in. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it did pick up on timelines where Mexico was invaded by China and stuff like that, so doesn't mean they're not planning that. But who knows? It's all just a nice waiting game. And but that was a big deal. What happened in South America is huge, and I can't imagine nothing will happen. But who the fuck knows? Just drown us with boredom. You get to watch the decay of society. Watch the fourth dimension fail day by day. At this point, yeah, I just see the fourth dimension as nothing to. I mean, obviously, it's not all horrible. At least the fourth dimension connected to this world, the astral realm, is just sad. I mean, it's not completely sad, but it's mostly sad because you see what's here. And humanity is basically just a throwaway race, basically, for the most part. Not all, but a good portion is just kind of just discarded, not here to do anything. And of course, there's part of society is not. There's still warnings that are not here to evolve, but those that are here to evolve don't bother. So they just, something happens in their life, they get what they want, and they don't do anything. They continue with their traumas, and they have they put on a happy face, and they're just carrying around a landfill. And it's just getting worse. And obviously, the higher selves see that. And it's like, you're going to fix this mess? I mean, you don't have to, but I think the higher selves want to, it's, even this whole thing, like, okay, I'm a higher self and my human self is not listening. I imagine they got more resources than just that. Just talking to Bullhorn and they just keep ignoring you. I mean, come on, you're in the non-physical realm. You must have something there, magic. I don't fucking know. Something. They're not completely retarded there, are they? Sometimes it feels that way. You have the universe, you have all these energies here. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the human self has their own consciousness. They can do whatever they want. But, should be something out there that can, I don't know, whatever. We're not supposed to know everything. Concentrate on our own mediocrity. Concentrate on yourself as the world burns. Yeah, concentrate on society as it goes nowhere. Yeah, turn on the television and hide somewhere. Just entertain somewhere. It'd be nice if society wasn't so dead, but it's all a choice, right? So, anyway, but it is a possibility of retaliation. Of course, we haven't seen that, like I said, in the USA. What the fuck? But then again, this is kind of different. This is China. This is the U.S. trying to stay alive. I feel like the dollar plays a big role in this. So, and as we evolve, we see more truths, the actual truth. Not the journey of truth. I use them as an example because the Journey of Truth podcast is like, this is what mind control looks like. It's just a perfect example because you want to see like everything wrong with spirituality. There it is. Without naming like 20 others. I mean, it just shows who's easy to program. The audience, and obviously those that are running it. And they have these conventions. And that's not real spirituality anyway. The real spirituality really does suck. And sometimes they exploit it too. But real spirituality sucks. I think some would agree with that. Because it's not this new age, pretty, it's rough. That's real spiritual. It's real magic too, actually. And then, of course, you feel spells and all that, whatever. It's gritty. It's not this, pretty people. I mean, some of it is, I guess, but that's Atlantean manipulation. yeah, even Atlantis and Atlantean manipulation. Not to say she's all that powerful. She's just a piece of shit. I just use her I'm just good examples of garbage, basically. But like these conventions, I mean, sometimes there's some spiritual conventions. Sometimes there's some good stuff, but a lot of the larger ones are just more propaganda. Even if the conventions make it was money, depending, because it's just there to manipulate the system. They're just there to keep people lost. So, and it's working. Now there might be some good there. Some people might actually evolve out of all that mess, confusion. Everybody knows everything. The psychos, the fake spiritual people are there. So I'm so spiritual, and you talk to them, and they snap at you. It's like, yeah, you're doing well. You're doing great. Go hide. You showed yourself. So, yeah. This is fun. Yeah, and there's some entitlement there for some of them, especially if they're connected. Some podcasts that's really popular. There's some people that know them, can be very entitled, very arrogant. I've seen it. So yeah, their shit doesn't stink, basically. So yeah, it's a hornet's nest. It's a sewer, basically. But real spirituality is not, it really can get, I mean, it can be decent. I haven't seen it, but I haven't experienced it, but it's rough. It's, instead of getting the good, you get knifed and attacked, and just, it's not fun. It's like, where's the, because there's forces here that are trying to block you on all levels. I can see what's happening on YouTube. YouTube energy, at least when I tap into it, it feels like, I guess you get back a grassroots thing. Yeah, they don't know what to think, or they're just being safe and sorry. Like, just keep a muzzle on me, so I can turn everybody or whatever, create some whatever radical group, which is weird still because there's a lot of them out there are large and they do that already. So cults, so whatever, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just whatever. I'm just too hot to handle. I have no idea. Whatever, or it's just the forces here. Partly, it's just the forces just keep me in a hole, basically. So, but things can change as the world turns up. If it goes upside down and goes into full red alert, we might be. I mean, we're helping. We'll see. Help people through World War III, basically. Kind of doing that now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's really hard to say. Yeah, like I say, something like this, a war like whatever is coming, it's not easy to see. It just, they're not going to be, it's not going to be black and white or anything like that. Like even, like Saturday, I felt like there was a major blockage. And yeah, it felt very gritty. It felt better today. Saturday felt very unnatural. Something was going on. And of course, is it, astrally, it might not just be government. Government's not that powerful. I don't think they are, but I could be wrong. She's and the chemtrail stuff. Also part of that's experience too. Like if you need a clear sky, you'll somehow manifest it. But sometimes you can still get through that energy if you need to get to a more energy from the sun. So at least on a spiritual level, those that can do it. But the rest of the collective is still, we're seeing mind control at such a level. It's called reality. It's called the mass collective. It's, they accept it. Like I say, do all this spiritual stuff, fourth dimension, they're not okay with it. It's just not happening. And that's where the real power of the soul is, and they're just not doing it. They'll access a little bit of it, but they'll just go back into dormant energy because society is dead. So, for the most part, not everybody, but I don't know, it's pretty dead. It's like when you're used to, you see others dead, you kind of die with them, you know, so you're just half on half power. So you just kind of follow the crowd, basically, right? And there's timelines for that, but obviously the awakening, you know, when you wake up beyond the conspiracies and all that, and you see what reality really is, like oh God. Sometimes it's better to be shut down. It all depends. Of course, the awakening part, yeah, it really sucks. You see society just, like I say, dead and enjoying it, dead and loving it. So, so yeah, so you say like the next thing that's on its way. It's like if there's a war on the way. Let's put it that way. We'll just use that for a scenario. If that's going to happen, you know, that can be, yeah, the time of major change too. Yeah, it'd be a lot of destruction, but there can be also enlightenment. Maybe like what's blocking is no longer can block anymore. And you can maybe flourish even more into some level, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. You know, the system collapses because society's not going nowhere. It's checked out. So we'll see. Those that could evolve and don't evolve, I feel like they'll feel a big hit on this because they're not doing anything, and because they're not really like energetically balanced. Yeah, the collective that's not here to be there at that level, you know, it's called the normal people, whatever you want to call them. A lot of them are just not, they're not there yet. That's different. They're just going to go, it's like ants, they just go through it. They'll be here, they'll take an exit, whatever. Some of them are NPCs, they're not all NPCs, but, you know, they're just not there energetically. But those that are, or could be, and decide not to, I feel like they're going to take a big hit because you could be more. And so they might snap out of their lostness and finally get their act together, or choose a, I don't know, who knows. And those out here evolving, well, everyone has a different mission here, right? So you help those evolve or get finally to the life that you actually are looking for instead of this crap that we're going through. So, you know, a lot of us are, you know, hope there's light at the end of the tunnel somewhere, or a better Earth in general. Yeah, this world can use all kinds of changes. This place is just a giant sewer. So it can use a big revamp. So we'll see. And what's happening, like with Trump, I feel like it's inevitable. All this is inevitable. This is going to happen no matter what. In some form or other, you know, with our president, was I think with him, it's going to happen. The U.S. is not in a good spot. And we're going to go through some kind of change. So no one knows anything, really. People just can't just let the fears control you and just go with it. What else you going to do? The world can change, like what happened in 2020, the world can change on a dime. So we're kind of seeing the pieces of, yeah, it's like with 2020, we saw like how, and that's funny how it started in China, and you think, oh, it'll just stay in China, and it ended up taking over the whole world. So what's happening here, it's too early to tell, but you would think it will go into something. Are we that dead? And nothing will happen? We're just sitting here, it's like, so what are we doing here again? It's like, you know, if nothing happens, like, golly, man, it's like being buried alive. You know, society's going nowhere. You can't, you know, the fourth dimension's pretty much a joke at this point. It's been a joke for a long time. Now, the fourth dimension and the alien realm are different, you know, because obviously aliens come from different places. So, like, use the Pleiadians, for example. A lot of them have been through their shit, but they can see how screwed up our reality. So it doesn't mean that they're as screwed up as this place is. It's like, they see it, you know, see the spirit guides all stupid. Not all of them are dumb, but, you know, there's a lot of stupidity there. We're working with what we got here. I look up because obviously it's around, but I just look up anyway. Like, you guys suck. Even if they are around us, but either way, it's like, oh, wait, they're talking to us. Wait, well, what? What are you talking about? Just go be New Age. Go be, pretty and half dead. Now go away. So, the fourth dimension's obviously screwed up, but like I say, alien beings can see that too. Yeah, it's kind of a thug's fourth dimension. Like I said, it's not all bad, but it's bad. It's not great. Like I said, they might be nice in the higher realms, but like I said, their humans here suck. Not all of them, but a good portion suck here. And then of course they call you negative and all that, but the people calling you negative are the ones that are all fake here. They're the phonies that are here, putting on the mask and saying they're spiritual, saying how they meditate and whatever. Like I say, this is the real spirituality is so gritty. And it's just, like I said, if you have forces here, like arcana energies, whatever, trying to knock your ass down, it gets old. Yeah, it's getting old, man. But, you say that, it's like, hey, universe is getting old. Can you stop doing it? And nothing changes. So we'll see what happens with the world and everything. But it's like moving through raw sewage, basically. Will humanity be worth something this year? Right now, it's becoming more and more disappointing by the day. Even the fourth dimension, I feel like that's becoming more and more disappointing by the day. So I'm not looking for disappointment, but that's all they offer these days. Just sadness. It's good to call them out, though. It's good to say it. If you feel like they're screwing up and they're not doing what they could, like, you know what? It's like having a kid. It's like, you can be better. Even if we're, like, ignorant here, we don't know anything, right? We still have every right to call them out, even if they say we don't know what we're talking about, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. Look at the results. Look at where we're living. Society's, checked out. So we've been dealing with it for a long time. And you think it would be a little bit more... less materialistic, more in touch with itself, always try to. So like you're going through spiritual development, it might be pain, and it is painful, but that's the right track. As sucks as it does, you have to be yourself, right? And society is, the problem is you're going to see more of how sad society really is, how it's what comes with it. It just gets more and more pathetic. I mean, it's just as an observer, not criticizing. Using it as a critic, that's just the way it is. It's not really trying to do anything. It rolls with it, but it's just lifeless here. So they call it negative and all that, and it makes them feel good when they say that. But the truth is the truth. And it's just, I hear they just stand down. And there's also, I hear patience. Maybe this is the long-term patience for some individuals to improve. I don't know. I haven't seen any progress. It's like, this will take a while. How long is take a while? Forever? So, I know some are a slow burn and all that. Yeah, some are career victim and everything. Yeah, you get more clarity here and there. I can't go into every detail here, but anyway. But some people here, yes, that can evolve are slow burns. That's true. But if you have no physical interaction there, you can't punch. You can't poke the bear to see if there's any life there, or give your own assessment. Instead of relying on on your intuition or what the guides are telling you, because the person here, like I said, sucks. So, whatever. But some people obviously do take a long time. Whether they put on the victim energy, there's no rush. There's nothing getting them to speed up. Thank you, fourth dimension. They can get complacent. The fourth dimension can get very dull, spoiled themselves. It's like an idiot factory. I think it's well, if you want to go further, it's like an asshole factory. Yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, it really is. They're like assholes basically. They're just really just. It's sad there. It's really because like you look at society, it's like it's dead. It's like, well, this is that's your energy. That's your physical self, and there's nothing to write home about. So, yeah, this is I don't know. I guess I'll go into the Arcturians. I guess. Not that I'll do any good. It's another day in paradise, right? Yeah, all these new age people, it's all going to come back to them in the long run. All this phony crap they've been putting out there, I don't know how it's going to come back to them. It will find a way somehow. Like I said, the universe is screwed up as it is, the fourth dimension is screwed up as it is. They still see what they're doing because they're just giving people what they want to hear. It's like, you want more sugar? Here's some more sugar. Here's some more manipulation. So, whatever, man. This place is something else. It's tiring. All right, so I'll go into Arcturians, and then that's about it. Agrees with Arcturians. Yes, there are some Arcturian beings that incarnate. Yes, into their lower self. Yes, to become a pathetic human, basically. Some will. To discover who they are. And sometimes they can pull themselves out, sometimes they can't. Sometimes they become obsessed with self-destruction. Yes, blaming themselves, the pity party for themselves. And at this point, that's true spirituality, to be one version of yourself that you're not proud of, and then to turn that around over time. Just like, it's like, I don't have to be like this anymore. And well, that shows there are they always had the capability, they just didn't let it. It's like riding a bike, you have the capability of doing it. They're showing you how to ride a bike, but someone always there to hold you, kiss you, whatever. And then one day it's like, I'm just going to do this on my own and not worry so much. And it's like letting your worries drift away. It depends. Everyone's different. Some go into drugs and toxic energy and they never get out. Of course, Palladians and all, they have their own. But a lot of Arcturians, it's, how low can they go? And then you shed all that energy over time. Now, that's not always done in one lifetime. Sometimes you mean to be pathetic for quite some many incarnations to explore it, get out of your system. Yes, but you had thousands of years for that. In this time period, some might remember being a pity party for themselves and going through all these ridiculous challenges. And one day just say, I'm going to be more. And shed all of that. It's like, I'm done being a victim. It's time to grow up. I'm not perfect, I don't know everything, but it's time to take responsibility for myself. And that says a lot. It's internal, repair. And the rest of the world can do the same thing. Well, some of them. Those that don't are those that are surrounded by fear, or they find every excuse not to grow. Yeah, the universe will kick them in the butt at some point if they haven't already. But it doesn't mean they'll change. They can. Yeah, it's still up to the individual. Yes, the higher self can try, but some people here can block this higher self too, which can cause a lot of, it's like a parent talking to a kid just closes the door. That does happen. But there are other ways. And the universe can kick in, or just to find some others, like, get you out of that room or something. Some get into their comfort zone of, feeling sorry for themselves. and they kind of get used to being a victim, not realizing that, you know, you can now swim, and like there's no sharks out there. You can swim and not get bitten, and you know, but they choose not to. They stay inland. And that's fine, but you know, over time it's like, you know, someone needs a kick in the ass, and the world changes. But I can go into all the details of that. Everyone has a different scenario here, but yeah, it's now in your path here. Just basically just go with the flow and just learn not to worry. Yeah, that's where the world is heading. I just expect a lot of surprises. That's all we can say. You have to be in our realm to get more of an insight, but you're here in the physical realm, so you are in the game. We are in the game, but we're mostly outside the game because we're not here physically, so we can see more of the pieces, how it goes together. But seeing how you're here, you have agreements not to see it all, to experience it. Doesn't mean you have to get flooded out. Some will, because they're not listening. But those of you that are doing the best you can, you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, we can say that you'll feel more of a redemption energy throughout this year. Can't guarantee it for everyone, but I feel like some of you will feel like, finally, I feel like I'm alive. Because some of you don't feel that way. Some of you feel like you're just being nothing but pushback, and it doesn't mean that's not true. There's different, yes, it's, the system is going against many of you, of course, because you're going against them. I mean, you're just being yourself, and the system is fighting back. But you know, they're not causing controversy. You're just being yourself, and that alone, because it's like you're not going by the programming here. You're here on this planet, but you're not going by the main agendas. You're just doing your thing. And yeah, it gets kind of pissed off about that. But just keep doing your thing, because that can help you avoid what's coming. And you'll see it, but you bypass. I mean, you'll feel the effects of it, but you can still survive. Others won't, because they're programmed to be eaten by it or whatever it might be. So anyway, blessings.